So I lost 20 pounds in 2 months using intermittent fasting. But here is what nobody is talking about. I didn't just lose weight, I lost fat. My strength stayed the same. Actually, it went up. Let me show you exactly what I did. I'm Dr. JohnDAmbrosio. I'm a chiropractor. I've been in practice for 32 years, and at 58 years old, I was carrying 20 extra pounds of fat that I could not get rid of. I had tried everything: low carb, calorie counting, more cardio, nothing stuck. Then I started experimenting with intermittent fasting, and after about 15 years of trial and error, I figured out what actually works. Here's my exact protocol. I did 16-8 fasting on most days. That means I ate during an 8-hour window and fasted for 16 hours. But here's the key. Twice a week, I did 42-hour fasts. I'd eat dinner Monday night, then I wouldn't eat again until Wednesday around lunch. That's 42 hours. Then I'd eat lunch and dinner Wednesday, fast all day Thursday, and eat again Friday at lunch. Another 42 hours. Two 42-hour fasts per week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, were my fasting days. The rest of that time, 16-8. That's it. That was my protocol. Now, here's what made it work. Protein and resistance training. Every day I ate, I made sure I got at least 150 grams of protein. That's about 1 gram per pound of ideal body weight. Most people, what happens is they undereat protein when fasting, and that's why they lose muscle along with fat. Big problem. Now, my diet, it was not perfect. Most of what I ate was clean: eggs, steak, chicken, Greek yogurt, protein bars, cheese, occasionally sardines. Sometimes I'd even have shrimp fajitas, but I'd skip the tortilla and eat it like a big salad. I hit my protein target every day, but I did not deprive myself. Sunday I'd have pizza, but I'd eat wings and salad first, get my protein, fat, and roughage in, then have a couple of slices. That set a base before adding the carbs to keep my insulin from spiking. If I had a glass of wine, I'd have some cheese first, protein and fat before alcohol. Sometimes we'd stop for ice cream. I didn't panic and run around looking for a burger first. I just had the ice cream. Life happens. The point is, most of my eating was strategic and clean, but I did not go overboard trying to be perfect. That's important if you want this to be sustainable. I made it work in the context of living a real life. That is so important. Also, let's not forget this: I lifted weights twice a week, about 20 minutes a session, in and out of the gym. I did about 12 to 14 exercises, full body, 1 set per exercise to failure. Slow controlled reps, 4 to 6 seconds up, 4 to 6 seconds down. Now, if you're just starting out, you don't need to do 12 exercises. 3 to 5 exercises that hit your entire body is enough, like a leg press, a chest press, a row, something like that. That's plenty, but I did more because I enjoyed it. The key is you're training to failure with controlled reps. That's a signal your body needs to keep muscle. Mandatory when you're fasting. And here's the part that surprised me: I never felt weak. I worked out fasted, even on my 42-hour fast days, and I kept getting stronger. My lifts went up. My energy was better. It was better than when I was eating all the time. So at the end of 2 months, I stepped on a scale, had my body composition checked. I was down 20 pounds, but it was all fat. My muscle mass, same, was actually slightly higher. And that's because of the protein and the resistance training. Without those two things, you'll lose weight, but you'll lose fat and muscle. You'll end up skinny fat, and who wants that? With protein and resistance training, you lose only fat. You keep your muscle, you get lean, you get strong, and not just smaller. So that's how I did it. 16-8 most days, 2 42-hour fasts per week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, high protein on eating days, resistance training twice a week, 20 minutes in the gym, and out the door. And I still had pizza and wine on weekends. 20 pounds in 2 months, all fat. Strength went up, fat went down. So if you want the full protocol, meal timing, exact workouts, the electrolyte strategy, everything I learned in 15 years, I wrote it all down in my book, Fasting That Works. There's also a free cheat sheet in my bio, and it breaks down the basics so you could start fasting tomorrow. But that's a system. It works. It's sustainable. You don't have to count calories. You don't have to do extreme diets. You just have to do it right. Lose fat, not muscle. And really, that's the whole game, isn't it?